Welcome to Hollywood World. In this video, we are going to take you on a nostalgic journey back to one of the most powerful and iconic war films ever made, Platoon, 1986. Directed by Oliver Stone, this Academy Award-winning film didn't just depict the raw horrors of the Vietnam War, it also launched the careers of some of Hollywood's biggest names. Today, we'll be looking at 15 members of the cast of Platoon, then and now. You'll see how they looked back in the late 80s when the movie came out, and how they've transformed over the years. Some became Hollywood legends, some faced struggles, while others quietly stepped away from the spotlight. 1. Charlie Sheen, Chris Taylor. Back in 1986, a young Charlie Sheen played Chris Taylor, the fresh-faced soldier who becomes the moral compass of the film. His performance captured the fear, confusion, and transformation of a soldier in Vietnam. Then, Charlie was only 20 when he landed this breakout role. At the time, he was living in the shadow of his famous father, Martin Sheen, but Platoon changed everything, putting him firmly on the Hollywood map. Now, Charlie went on to become one of the biggest stars of the late 80s and 90s, appearing in hits like Wall Street, Major League, and Hot Shots. Of course, many fans know him best for his long-running sitcom 2.5 Men. However, his career was marred by controversies, substance abuse, and highly publicized scandals. Today, Charlie is focused on rebuilding his health and his relationship with his family, and he's kept a lower profile in Hollywood. Despite all the ups and downs, his performance in Platoon remains a defining moment in his career. 2. Willem Dafoe, Sergeant Elias. Then, Willem Dafoe played Sergeant Elias, one of the film's most unforgettable characters. His compassion, humanity, and tragic fate became a central emotional thread of the story. Now, Dafoe's career skyrocketed after Platoon. He's since become one of the most respected actors in the world, starring in films like The Last Temptation of Christ, Spider-Man as the Green Goblin, The Lighthouse, and Poor Things. Known for his versatility and fearless approach to roles, Willem has earned multiple Academy Award nominations. Even today, he continues to be a powerhouse on screen, with no signs of slowing down. 3. Tom Berenger, Sergeant Barnes. Then, Tom Berenger portrayed the ruthless and scarred Sergeant Barnes, the polar opposite of Elias. His cold-blooded performance was chilling, earning him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Now, after Platoon, Berenger enjoyed a long career in Hollywood, starring in Major League, Sniper, and Inception. He also appeared in numerous television roles, even winning an Emmy for his work in Hatfields and McCoys. Today, Berenger is still active in the industry, often appearing in independent films and TV shows. His intimidating presence from Platoon remains one of his most iconic performances. 4. Johnny Depp, Lerner. Then, believe it or not, a very young Johnny Depp had a small but memorable role in Platoon as Lerner, a soldier who often acted as a translator. At the time, Depp was still at the beginning of his career. Now, Johnny went on to become one of the biggest stars in the world, known for roles in Edward Scissorhands, Pirates of the Caribbean, and countless other films. Despite recent legal battles and controversies, Depp remains a beloved actor with a loyal fanbase. Looking back, Platoon was one of the stepping stones that launched him into superstardom. 5. Forrest Whitaker, Big Harold. Then, Forrest Whitaker appeared as Big Harold, a soft-spoken yet strong character who brought humanity to the chaos of war. Now, Forrest went on to win an Academy Award for Best Actor in The Last King of Scotland and has starred in films like Bird, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and Arrival. His calm, commanding presence has made him one of the most respected actors in the industry. Today, He's also deeply involved in humanitarian work, using his platform to support peace-building efforts around the globe. 6. Kevin Dillon, Bunny. Then, Kevin Dillon played Bunny, one of the more violent and disturbing characters in Platoon. His performance highlighted the psychological toll the war took on young soldiers. Now, Kevin later found television success, most notably on HBO's Entourage, where he played Johnny, drama, Chase. He earned multiple Emmy nominations for the role and remains a fan favorite. While he hasn't been as prominent in movies as some of his co-stars, Dillon continues to work steadily in both film and television. 7. Keith David, King. Then, Keith David played King, one of the more level-headed and loyal soldiers in the film. His deep voice and natural charisma made his performance memorable. Now, Keith became one of Hollywood's most recognizable voices, lending his talents to animated shows, video games, and documentaries. He's also appeared in films like They Live, Crash, and The Thing. Today, he remains active in both acting and voice work, cementing his status as a legend of the screen. 8. John C. McGinley, Sergeant O'Neill. Then, John C. McGinley brought humor and nervous energy to the role of Sergeant O'Neill. His character was memorable for his survival instincts and cowardly behavior in tense situations. Now, McGinley has enjoyed a long and diverse career, but he's best known for playing Drive Perry Cox on the hit sitcom Scrubs. Beyond television, he's appeared in films like Office Space and Point Break. Today, he's also an advocate for Down syndrome awareness, inspired by his son. 9. Francesco Quinn, Raw. Then, Francesco Quinn played Raw, a spiritual and philosophical member of the Platoon. He brought depth and quiet strength to his character. Now, Francesco, the son of Hollywood legend Anthony Quinn, continued to act in film and television throughout his career. Sadly, he passed away suddenly in 2011 at the age of 48. His legacy lives on through his memorable performances, with Platoon being one of his defining roles. 10. Richard Edson, Sal. Then, Richard Edson played Sal, one of the grunts in the Platoon. Though not a leading role, his character added to the authentic, gritty ensemble. Now, Edson built a career as a character actor, appearing in films like Do the Right Thing and Stranger Than Paradise. He's also worked as a musician, once serving as the original drummer for the band Sonic Youth. Today, he continues to appear in independent films and remains a respected figure in both music and film circles. 11. Tony Todd, Warren. Then, Tony Todd played Warren, one of the soldiers caught in the middle of the chaos. His role in Platoon was relatively small, but it gave him a start in Hollywood. Now, Tony went on to become famous in the horror genre, particularly for his iconic role as the title character in Candyman. With his deep, booming voice and commanding presence, Todd has built a successful career in both film and TV. Even today, he remains a favorite among horror fans worldwide. 12. Mark Moses, Lieutenant Wolf. Then, Mark Moses played Lieutenant Wolf, a young officer often in over his head during combat. His performance reflected the struggles of inexperienced leadership during wartime. Now, Moses later found great success on television, appearing in Desperate Housewives as Paul Young and Mad Men as Herman, Duck, Phillips. Today, he continues to act in both film and TV, often playing complex supporting characters. 13. Chris Peterson, Crawford. Then, Chris Peterson played Crawford, one of the young soldiers trying to survive Vietnam. Now, after appearing in films like Point Break and Suburbia, Peterson eventually left Hollywood and pursued a career outside the entertainment industry. Today, he works in fire rescue and emergency response, dedicating his life to saving others rather than acting. 14. Bob Orwig, Gardner. Then, Bob Orwig played Gardner, one of the Platoon members who tragically doesn't make it out of the film alive. Now, unlike many of his co-stars, Orwig stepped away from Hollywood after the 80s and has lived a quiet life away from the spotlight. Though he may not have pursued stardom, his contribution to Platoon helped bring authenticity to the ensemble cast. 15. Reggie Johnson, Jr. Then, Reggie Johnson played Jr., a soldier who often found himself in difficult and morally complex situations. Now, Johnson's career in Hollywood was relatively short, with only a few acting credits after Platoon. Today, he lives outside of the entertainment industry, but fans of the film will always remember his role in the iconic war drama. And there you have it, the cast of Platoon, 1986, Then and Now. From Charlie Sheen's breakout role, to Willem Dafoe's legendary performances, to Johnny Depp's rise to superstardom, and even the quieter paths of actors like Chris Peterson and Bob Orwig, this film truly brought together a remarkable group of talent. Some became household names, some found their niche in television or voice acting, and others moved on to new chapters in their lives. But together, they created one of the most powerful war films in cinema history. So, which actor surprised you the most? Was it Johnny Depp's early appearance, or maybe the tragic story of Francesco Quinn? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Hollywood World, hit that like button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with more Hollywood Then and Now.